As we welcome you into a Boxing Day edition of Extra Time. How's your Christmas going, gents? Having a good one?
His is not going so well.
You're feeling a little dodgy, I feel. Overdid it just a tad?
Oh, aye, a big tad.
Just a big tad.
Blaming the food.
Blaming
yes.
Yeah,
I must have had a dodgy Marcotti or something like that.
Gab Marcotti is also with us, and I'm glad he is, because we are, first of all, directed by Chris towards some Scottish slang. I would love to bring Gab in on this.
Well, go and ask him. But you ask him first.
Well, I'd like you to ask him. Give him the phrases.
Right, I'll give you the phrases. Gab, what does hod your wheesht mean? Hod your wheesht.
Hod your wheesht?
Yes.
I'm not familiar with that term.
Care to enlighten?
It means keep your trap shut.
Gab, what does a dinny ken?
I didn't ken.
I don't know.
Is there a parrot in
Correct. Well done, Gab.
I can't do it justice.
That's 1 point for Gab.
Yeah.
1 out of 2.
Oh, he did. He got that, didn't he?
Give him the next one, Steve.
Did he get that right, or did he just say, I don't know?
Whichever.
No, I know what it means.
Stevie, give him the next one.
Go on your cell.
I'm sorry?
Go on your cell. Go on your cell,
I
big
have no
man.
idea.
Go on yourself, big man. What does it mean?
Well done. Well done, big man.
Go on yourself.
Go on your cell. Well done.
I like this next one, Craig.
All right, thank you.
Yeah,
thank you very much.
What? Go on.
Go on.
You read it in your best Scottish accent.
Your bum's out the windy.
You from Newcastle?
What was that?
Your George.
Your bum's out the windy.
Actually, the better one. The better one that means the same as your tease out.
Your tea's out. All right.
And that doesn't mean your tease out.
Any ideas, Gab?
Gab, what did you... If I say to you, hey, your tease out.
Is it your fly is open?
No.
No.
It should be. I'm sure
You're done. There's nothing for you. Your tease out.
No, your tea's out. Nothing for you. Last one, Craig. Give him one more. Peely
Wally.
Wally Scran.
I've not heard that. I've heard Peely Wally.
Peely Wally Scran. Excellent.
Feeling a bit Peely Wally.
Grand. What's he doing? What he done?
I don't know.
2 different things.
Oh, is it? Is that 2 different phrases?
Peely Wally. It's very much a Scottish and Irish
I'm not
affliction.
sure. Nothing to do with the Spurs midfielder, no?
Nope.
Peely Wally.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, well, like if you're a ginger-haired, pale-faced Scotsman,
Yeah.
you're not looking very well. You're a little pale, a little white. Somebody would say to you, "Oh, you're a bit Peely Wally today."
Peely Wally.
Aye. And the last one, Scran, I would suggest is more Scouse than
Scottish Scouts, maybe.
Scran
always
is.
said
You know what
Scottish
Scran
Scouts.
is?
Get out of here, yeah? Scram?
No, that's Scram.
Oh, scram, yeah.
Scran is. Go and get some Scran.
Oh, food, yeah?
Aye.
Get it down here. Get some scram down here.
I don't know if you can say that Scottish, or will we?
All right, Gab. I think we got about 1.5 out of 5 between us there, so we'll...
Yeah, we've not done too well here.
we'll move on. Tom wants to know your thoughts on the supposed Mo Salah dive.
No supposed about it.
It's a dive.
Well, he says it's a soft pen, but I feel Dummett's fault for putting his hand on Salah's shoulder. 99% of players go down in that situation. You see him given his normal fouls all the time. Why should it be any different when it's in the box? Has Tom got any point here?
Puts his hand on his arm, not his shoulder.
He does put his hand on his arm.
If I put my hand on, does he fall off his chair? No, he doesn't.
Yeah.
No.
Push him, he might fall off.
The worrying thing is we're getting to a position now where it seems like the majority these days are accepting that sort of contact is a foul.
Yeah.
I mean, really?
It is still a contact sport, is what you would say.
Well, that's all they say, but the way it's been refereed, you wouldn't think so.
Go on, Gab.
Stevie,
Yeah?
by the same token, think back to your coaching days. Pretend that your coaching days were in the present. If you see one of your defenders putting your hand on a striker, putting his hand up in the penalty box, you would get annoyed because you would put yourself in a... Exactly.
I agree, yes.
So they know that if your hand is up and the guy goes down, there's a good chance that he's going to convince the referee that somehow he was knocked off balance or whatever else, so you just don't do it.
I would suggest that within any game, in any league, there's probably 20 or 30 occasions that from a set piece or a corner or a free kick or open play, when a ball is fizzed into the box or a player runs in the box, there is hands on players all the time.
Yeah, hands come up as a natural part of the game.
Yeah. Right? It's not necessarily a pushing action or a pulling action,
Right.
which it has to really be for it to be an offence. A hand on a player is not an offence in itself, but a pushing action is, and a pulling action is. But Stevie's right. Everybody out there, a lot of people out there now want this to be the norm. And I get some sympathy for the referees.
Yeah.
Because it's been coming tougher and tougher across the whole spectrum.
I'm 100% with Gab, though.
Yeah.
It's the first thing I would say, because I'll tell you why. It's the first thing that Ronnie Moran would say to me. Because he'd say, well, did you pull him down? I'd say, well, no. He said, would you put your hands on him? I'd say, yeah. He said, well, there you go.
You run the
Your own
risk.
fault.
You run the risk.
Correct. You're giving the referee an option. But again, as much as I agree with what Gab's saying, I think he's saying it's a penalty. Are you saying it's a penalty, Gab?
I'm not saying that it is a penalty. I certainly thought he went down very, very easily. But I can also see how, in a context like this, when the referee sees it, he may well give the penalty. So you don't want to put yourself in those situations. And by the way, let's just be clear on this, because I've heard some people here talk about, well, with VAR next year, this won't be an issue. With the VAR protocol, at least the way it's been implemented thus far, VAR exists to go and determine whether there was contact. It's still up to the referee to determine the actual severity of the contact.
Yeah, still very much the referee's.
Well, it's always subjective when there's contact, so you know it's never black and white. It's
just tilted too far one way.
Right. Well, it would be interesting though if any penalty will be reviewed. Would they have gone back and
listen, when VAR comes in,
the decision?
When VAR comes in across the board one day, and it probably will, we'll still be talking about all the incidents,
right?
Because there's still a human element.
Still don't get them all right. No. Gab, I'll go to you first. We'll finish up with this one. Love to hear your response to this. Is it now safe to say that Manchester United have a good chance of beating PSG in the Champions League if they continue with these kind of performances? Gab, have at it.
Cardiff and Huddersfield.
Oh.
God.
Look, Manchester United have a chance to beat Paris Saint-Germain. They would have had a chance if Mourinho had still been there. They would have had a chance if they'd kicked off 10 minutes after that Liverpool game, okay? The reality is, obviously now the players are happier when you've got, Pogba scoring from that far out. Anything can happen. This is a team with very, very good players. But Paris Saint-Germain, I think, are still the favourites because they've got a manager who's been there all year. They're actually a better drilled unit. I think I'm right in saying that they lost to Liverpool, and the rest of the time they've been pretty darn good. So PSG remain the favourites, but you know what? This game's not being played for another couple months. Ask me closer to the time, and I'll give you percentages.
That is the problem, isn't it? It's a good 6-7 weeks away.
Listen, I've seen teams in lower leagues go to Premier League teams in a cup competition and win. Anything is possible, but because you beat two of the worst teams in the Premier League, the roses are not all of a sudden sprouting out the garden again. You know what I mean? That's what, people are just off the rock.
And the question is not only do they have a chance, but they now have a good chance of beating PSG, Steve.
Well, if United can persuade either Cardiff or Huddersfield Town to hijack the PSG bus on the way to Anfield, on the way to Old Trafford or wherever, and get changed into the gear and turn up and play for them, then yes, they've got a chance.
Tough crowd.
Stevie, come on now. Look,
God. It's a slight exaggeration. Come on, calm down. This is extra time. It's not question time at Parliament.
No, I would say about Manchester United, and it's just the nature and the makeup of the squad. Over 2 legs, you guys know this, you guys have been there. If you have a goalkeeper who gets hot and starts performing miracles, and De Gea can do that and does do it on a regular basis, and you've got people who can score goals out of nothing, and Pogba can certainly do that, and Martial can do that, and Rashford
I
can
don't
do
know
that.
who decided this, but that's a great decision.
You've been cut off in your prime, I'm afraid. We will return to this discussion, I'm sure. ESPN FC.
Crowd's gone.
Available every day on Plus. Hope your stomach gets better, Steve. Tomorrow.
Gab, can you turn the light out on your way out?